Poppin' Tamers, it's your homie S. Dot coming back to you with another video. And today's video is going to be another exhibition match, this time between the mirror match. Our decks are a little different, and there's going to be a certain card that we're going to talk about as it's played, and we'll talk about how impactful it looks like it's being, and something we can potentially see about including in your Imperial deck. My opponent on the left is going to start off with Stingmon, which isn't ideal at all. He's going to give me 4 memory. I think I really rather him had passed turn. I don't think there's a real first of all, you're giving me 1 extra memory. Then you're giving me or you're playing a card that's like one of your most vital pieces that you pair along with your Jagras combo in Imperialdramon and or Digimon. But I'm gonna Digivolve into XVmon in the back. Things are looking a lot stronger on this start, and I'm gonna also play looks like a purple memory or a blue memory boost. I've been playing too much Mastermon. Blue memory boost. I'm gonna add said Imperialdramon, so that's gonna be pretty good there. My opponent's gonna raise though, and despite me, I guess like playing the Stingmon wasn't the worst. Now that I look at it, I take that back because you know what? If he has a jamming Vmon, I take that back. This play was actually fine because in hindsight, if he has a Hammer Spark and he has an XVmon, if he happens to draw into one, whether it's from his turn or from the Demi Vmon, then he actually can just Digivolve into XVmon, suspend it, and then Jagras and actually start popping off. So, and it looks like he's definitely going to do just that. Going to play the Hammer Spark. So again, or I guess you could do Lydramon as well. Lydramon's not as good here because, if he has, you got to play what you have, but he may or may not have the, since he doesn't have the jamming from the XVmon, it could be a little dangerous in attacking. And then it's also Dinobemon, so you're not even getting like a attack and a restand. But sometimes you got to take risks and you got to do what you got to do and play the hand that you're dealt, so it is what it is. But he is going to attack and be safe. He's going to draw an extra card off the Stingmon because Stingmon, when attacking, if you have a blue Digimon to play, you're able to draw an additional card, and it's not once per turn. So with Imperialdramon, you draw 2 cards. He's going to grab the Dragon Mode off of the Vmon. That's the starter deck Vmon that lets you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon with free and its traits to your hand. I'm gonna raise the Vmon here, or the XVmon rather, and I also have the blue memory boost. So I definitely have a lot of memory to work with this turn. Looks like I'm gonna run into a Magnamon there, which is fine. Of course, we have jamming, so gotta play the Stingmon. So I have the Stingmon now. One thing that's gonna be kind of awkward here is I don't have any way to buff my Digimon. That's the blue XVmon from the starter deck that gives you a buff. So I would have to crash here, and I don't even know if I really want to do that. So I also don't want his Dinobemon to live here. So ideally, we'll see if I have a card like Megadeth or I guess Fighter Mode. Fighter Mode would be really strong here too. Fighter Mode is also just an easy way to get rid of his Digimon. So the reason why I popped the memory boost there, I draw 2 cards, one with the reset from the Jagras for the Demi Vmon. I have jamming, so I will just draw another card again, and then I draw for the Stingmon. Now the reason why I popped the memory boost first is because if I hit a Hammer Spark, I just pass turn and I lose so much tempo. So if Hammer Spark would still put me at 0, and it looks like I also had the Vmon that gains you a memory from EX1 when one of your Digimon unsuspends. So I actually, that's really good. Okay, so I went to 3 memory from the Vmon, and then I had a Hammer Spark to go to 4, and since the Imperialdramon unsuspended, I Digivolved into Imperialdramon, which is going to be unsuspended and is way stronger than enough to attack over the Dinobe now. And then I also got out oh man, this hand is just ridiculous. So it's a Dinobe, it's not another Imperialdramon, but it's still pretty good here. I have jamming again, so right now I'm just way far ahead. He doesn't even have a Davis or Ken to try to Megadeth my Imperial, which also isn't the greatest, but at least it gets a body off the board. So I'm not threatening game next turn unless I have like another Hammer, if he gives me 2 memory and I have Fighter Mode, and never mind, because now I have Davis, and there was also the Fighter Mode. So Fighter Mode, I can grab 1 blue and 1 green Digimon. Of course, the blue-green Digimon cards count as both colors, so I will be able to grab both. So now I definitely am threatening game now next turn, unless he does have a Hammer Spark in his, security. Or if I have a Hammer Spark, I can alleviate that by having enough memory to not pass turn with the Hammer Spark. Or Megadeth. Megadeth also can stop me as well, so we'll see. He's gonna play a Vmon. Vmon's gonna put him at 0. He's gonna search 3, or look at the top 3 cards and take 1 free Digimon. Looks like he's grabbing the XVmon. We're trying to run away with this game here and push on to game 2. Gonna Digivolve into XVmon, and that's just gonna pass his turn. And alright, so draw hatch, super standard. Thinking here, he knows I have Fighter Mode. I'm gonna swing here. It's interesting I swing there, huh? I wonder why I would swing there and not actually just go for game. I guess I'm playing super duper careful right now. He also still doesn't have a lot going on. He has a lot of work to do, but like if he hits a tamer at any point, he can potentially start maybe coming back. So I'm actually surprised I did that. Looking back, I wonder if what I guess I was playing super safe. He didn't have any tamers. It's not like he had a Davis Ken and a Davis out, so I guess I could see myself, because you know what, okay, like I did say earlier, Megadeth would just make me lose so much tempo, so I'd rather just keep the cards in my hand and get some attacks in. And now we know for sure his game next turn, his current board state, no matter how much memory I give him, even if I gave him 3 memory, I don't think it can kill me. I say that and knowing damn well Imperial can kill you from 4 or 5 security, but what it's currently looking like with him having no tamers on the field, I'm most likely not going to give him 3 first of all, so I'm going to play an Ice Wall, which makes it even worse. So now we're kind of adding insult to injury. He also, first of all, he doesn't have a tamer. We're going to play the boot memory boost, and we're putting him at 1 memory. So the game's kind of over for sure. There's literally no way you can win. You could have all 4 Hammer Sparks in your hand. You still can't do much because, and we know you already played 1, because you have to pay 2 every time for the Ice Wall. So with no security, and I might have 3 attacks coming in on the next turn. Technically 4, because we know I have fighter mode. The game is pretty much over. Yeah, we're just going to scoop it up and then move on to game 2 here. Okay, so my opponent decides to go first for game 2. He's going to open up with one of the stronger VMons that you would like to see for your inheritables. When one of your Digimon unsuspends during your main phase, you can gain 1 memory. And he has the X VMon as well, so he's going to pass you 2 memory. That's probably the best opening that the Imperial deck can ask for. Other than that, they could ask for a Rookie and a Davis. Rookie and Davis, or a what he just did right there into X VMon, is like definitely 2 of the strongest openings that Imperial can have. And speaking of the other strong opening, it looks like we're both getting off to a great start. I'm also going to get a +2 off of here. I lose a Megadeth, but I grab 2 Dino Bees. We cannot complain about that. At least we got a +2 off of it, and we can jog rest in some way, shape, or form. Coming up, I do like the jamming VMon in this version. Sometimes you have a situation where you don't have a level 4 that you want to raise over, so getting up the jamming VMon to just get that chip damage that will also, you know, net you a draw from Demi VMon is good. And then I also like it if you have Davis Ken out, because if you have Davis Ken, you attack with the VMon, you get a draw, and then if you have Lydramon, you Digivolve Lydramon and, you know, unsuspend tapping the Davis Ken. So that's one reason why I like the jamming VMon. I only play like 2 or 3 though. I'm not playing 4, but that's the reason why I like the application. So I don't have exactly that play right now. Now if I do have, no, I take it back. Hammer Spark wouldn't even be good here because I would have to play the Ken Davis. So that's not happening here. But either way, we're getting chip in and we get a +1, so we'll take it. Looks like I do have the Davis Ken, funny enough, and no reason for me not to play it there, to only put him at 1. Now I will say if he does have a if he has a Hammer Spark, I could be in trouble here. It depends on what my security check is though. My security check right here, this is like an actual pivotal point in the game, and we're talking early in the game, because if I happen to hit a Megadeth or a Hammer Spark, it can just kind of mess up everything. But otherwise, if nothing goes wrong for him, he has a good bit going on here. So okay, he just decides to, the plays I was anticipating that he could do, I'm just like giving like best case scenarios. He didn't do. I was gonna say he can attack with X VMon and security, attack with the VMon and security, and but yeah, you're asking for a lot not to happen. Like me hit a Hammer Spark, me hit a Megadeth, so he's going for the safer play, just getting rid of my VMon that way and kind of slow rolling. I also don't have anything popping off immediately next turn. I do hit something, and we hit a HPD, so that card is gonna definitely be clutch here in a while. I feel like it's such a god card in any matchup when you have the card and you utilize it correctly, which isn't the most difficult thing to do. You just have to be aware, especially when you have a Davis Ken. Davis Ken makes it a lot easier to use the HPD because you can suspend the same Digimon, Digivolve it to the Digimon you want to, and then tap the Davis Ken to unsuspend the same Digimon, which is so crazy. So it's going to Digivolve into a Magnamon here. Magnamon is going to unsuspend, and it has blocker, but unless I have a Lobomon to Digivolve from one of my tamers, I'm not going to be attacking this turn. But he does have a very solid board here though, so, and plus he can also jog rest. Oh no, excuse me, he cannot jog rest those 2 because neither of them are green. So he has the X VMon that has the glare on it, and then he has the Magnamon. I'm going to play VMon. VMon's going to put me at 0, and we're going to have Elijahmon, Davis and Ken, and the VMon from the old 4 starter deck. We got the Elijahmon. Elijahmon is probably the perfect candidate to put here because it's really strong to know you're going to start at 5 memory on the following turn. In a mirror match, there's no way, or excuse me, in these decks, there's no way that we can get rid of tamers. This is not the nature, that's not the nature of this color at all. So you don't have to worry about your tamers ever being deleted. So now we know for sure I'll be starting at 5 memory on the next turn and have some plays, you know, to be able to do. We know I also have 2 Dino Bees in hand, so his Magnamon isn't going to be doing the most, or much of anything rather, I'll say it like that, because I can just suspend it and then it can't unsuspend. Keep in mind when you jog rest in the Dino Bee, the Digimon that you target for suspension is the one that has to stay suspended. You can't suspend something and then say I'll suspend the other guy that you have suspended. It doesn't work like that, reading the card specifically in its text. He's going to attack with the X Vmon here. He's unscathed by hitting another Vmon. No big deal. Going to attack 7k here, knowing that it's not going to be able to be of any use if he does remember I have Dino B in hand. And either way, he's getting some damage in and kind of putting the pressure on slightly. He also has a jamming Vmon in raising as well. What he really needs here, it seems like, is like a tamer or something. He has no tamers. He either needs me to hit one in security, or he needs a tamer to play out of his hand, because having those, of course, tamers, every part of your deck is important, but especially in these matchups, you really like to have a tamer. We all know back in the day how important it, oh, and there we go, he's going to play the Mimi. This is the card I was talking about earlier. Card I was talking about, we can show a difference in our decks. I currently, at this version, at this time, I was not playing Magnamon. I am now, as of today. This matchup was recorded last week sometime, but the Mimi, man, Mimi is another card I think I need to add. By the way, pick up your Mimis if you plan on playing Grandis Kawagamon next set, because the card is $12 now. You need to get him now before it looks to start looking like Davis, which it probably will. We see where Davis is at. Davis is at $20, $25. Mimi's easily going to hit another spike to about 20 or 25 bucks. So at the sound of my voice right now, if you plan on playing green, go grab your Mimi Tachikawa, or whatever her last name is, now, before they go up too soon. If you already have 3 or you have more than 3, I think you don't need more than 3 for the deck, but you definitely want to, yeah, like I said, pick them up or go sell them. Or maybe I take that back. If you have extras, you probably should just wait till next set. But if you need some, like I said, you need 3, go pick them up. Anyway, gonna Jogress into Digivolve into a Stingmon. Then we're gonna Jogress into a. Never know what you're going to Jogress into when you put the Lydramon on top, because since Lydramon is both a green and blue Digimon, it meets both requirements technically to Jogress into the your Imperialdramon. I wonder if technically you should still put the pure blue Digimon on top because it's pure blue, because Lydramon technically is green blue, not blue green. I don't know how specific it really matters, but that's actually a slight ruling question, something I would like to ask. If anybody knows down in the comments, would care to share that with me. If you know that or understand what I'm talking about, let me know. I'm going to attack into the Magnamon here, I hope. Why am I attacking the security? Oh no. I get punished there. Mega punished. I cannot believe I did that. Man, when you get to look back at yourself, it's so powerful when you get to look back at yourself and see what kind of misplays you make. And what was crazy is not just necessarily misplays your opponent makes, because yes, you can learn from them and never do them. But then when you look back on yourself, it's just like a more of the connection thing where you get to see stupid misplays you make. There's no reason why I shouldn't have attacked twice at the Magnamon to get rid of it completely, because I didn't have the jamming X Vmon in my sources, so I was gonna die to an 8k, and sure enough I did. So I got mega punished from that, and now I'm most likely going to lose. Coming up, I'm gonna be way too far behind, so we shall see though. I am gonna play a Hammer Spark though, so I'm continuing my turn. Things aren't over yet. And we're going to Digivolve into a Lydramon, so Lydramon's going to put me at 0, but still not a lot going on here. That's not really that good of a play here. I'm going to play Blue Memory Boost. Man, you can tell this is I don't know if this is my first time playing a mirror match, but for the knowledge I know now, geez, I definitely would have played that a lot better. But that's the whole point, right? Get better. Win or learn is the motto. Win or learn. That's what I always say. So anyway, my opponent's going to raise up the X Vmon. I think looks like I have 2 security. My dice indicates that I have 2 security right now. So I'm not sure if I die this turn, but, well, yeah, I guess if he has a Stingmon. Ooh, never mind. So we're going to hit into a Hammer Spark. The game's not completely out of our favor yet. So he has a Hammer Spark. Let's see if he has a second Hammer Spark. Okay, he's going to attack again, which is very smart. He's going to die there to a Imperial, but he gets the Armor Purge. He Hammer Spark, so just like earlier, if I hit into a Hammer Spark in my security, it would pass turn and he would just lose. And then he's going to Jogress there, yep, and just attack for game. So if I would have attacked that Magnamon, that would have been 1 less security he had. I think the game was actually probably still over, but the point is you still got to make the correct plays, because more often than not, it'll pay off to make the correct plays. Sometimes you make the correct plays and you still lose the game, and then there are other times where you make the correct plays, and like I said, it should pay off more than not in terms of you having, tournament success or just win percentage, a high win percentage. Alright guys, moving on game 3. Let's see if I decide to go first or second. I actually elect for him to go first. At this point in time, I wasn't on the consensus of going first with Imperial was the best thing to do, because I know you get at least, between 2 and 4 memory to start the turn, so I wanted to be able to utilize that memory and see how things would go. Now I'm kind of on the consensus that I would like to go first, but at the same time, I'm still not 100%. Comment down below as well, let me know. Oh wow. Well, there's one reason to go second, because I didn't even open a rookie, so that's another incentive that, of course, we all know and love to want to go first for, or go second for, is to try to have a more playable hand with that 6th card and draw another rookie, because I didn't open one. So we did play the Davis though. Davis is going to grab us a couple of cards, so that works out there. Not even a couple. I actually moved so fast it wasn't even, there I go again, not looking at my screen sometimes when I when I commentate, but at least look like we got something to be able to play next turn. think I got a Dino B or something. We're about to find out. I drew another Davis. I'm gonna play a Hammer Spark. So okay, so yeah, okay. So all I got was a Dino B. Okay, so maybe I didn't move that fast. Gonna play the Hammer Spark to play another Davis to not pass turn. And obviously the reason for doing that was to try to find a rookie to Digivolve, and now we're online. He does have 3 attacks coming up on me, but now I also have my XV1, so it took me a little longer to get started, but we're good. We're not all the way underwater, thank goodness, for that second Davis, so that ended up working out. So he's going to attack with the XVmon. Let's see what we hit here. He's going to hit into a Imperialdramon. It's cool, get that chip damage. Gonna attack with another Vmon. Got to hit into a Megadeth. That's the worst Megadeth ever. Oh my god. I literally just gave him the Vmon back to be able to play. So now he's going to go into X Vmon in the back and then going to play Mimi. So now he has that Vmon to use later on. There's that Mimi again. Really solid. I'm not necessarily behind, but man, the way this game has started off is not ideal. But you know, every game of course doesn't go the same. It is what it is, and you got to play to the variance and hopefully play the best of your ability each game. And it's a Davis party. We're going to play another Davis. Davis is going to net us a +2 this time. Looks like Dino B is my best friend. I guess me and Imperialdramon don't get along, and we just love the Dino B. So we got Dino B and another Vmon. So we got another +2 there. We are not going to complain. And oh, he actually gave me 4 memory. I didn't realize that. So, okay. We're getting 2 plays off a turn still here. So we are really getting set up. And, you know, I feel like the first to pop off would be the first to lose, kind of, sort of. But at the same time, nobody has like a Davis can or do the wildest things. He does have a Mimi, though. Mimi here is so solid. So good because like if he has the Stingmon, he can, you know, he can attack with the XVmon, then he can go Stingmon, Jogress into Imperialdramon, which is now blue-green, which you could tap the Mimi because it's a level 5 or higher Digimon, and then Digivolve again in Raising. So good. I definitely have to add Mimi. I think I'm playing 3 Davis right now. I'm gonna probably play 2 Davis, 1 Mimi, and then the 2 or 3 Davis can for sure. And speaking of, he does have the Stingmon, just exactly what we were talking about. And he's going to Jogress here. So good. You got to play Imperialdramon. Imperialdramon is going to spin my Vmon to the bottom, so no extra check there. Going to tap Mimi, do exactly what we were talking about, and hatch another Demi Vmon. Digivolve into that pesky Vmon that I bounced back from Megadeth, unfortunately. And then he's going to slow down there, and they're going to attack with the Imperialdramon. Going to draw 2 cards, one from Demi V and one from the Stingmon. Going to hit into a useless check there for me anyway in my Lydramon. I'm not sure I could come back from this. He has all 5 of his security still. He's going to attack again and going to hit into a Imperialdramon, but he's going to live there, of course, because he has the XVmon. I literally have 1 security left, and he has a Digimon in Raising, so it's not looking good for me. I don't think I can win this game. I really don't. Yeah, he's going to give me 4 memory, which is kind of like, you know, we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I really don't think there's much I can do. It took me way too long to get set up, though we kind of had our head above water. At the same time, it took way too long to get set up. So we're going to start attacking here because that's all we can do at this point. We're not going to die there. Cool. Yeah. I really feel like this game is probably over. Gonna play a Hammer Spark, go to 5. Okay. I honestly don't remember how this game ended, so like if I somehow win this, that's insane. This deck is, this deck is already insane, but I really don't think I can win this though. I'm gonna use all of that beautiful memory I got to play a Lydramon, which is so unfortunate. So we're gonna go Lydramon. Yeah, there's no way I can win this. I'm at 0 memory. I can only get 2 more attacks here. There's just no way. Yeah, Digimon and Imperialdramon, I get to spin something, sure, but he has way too much going on here. That Mimi, too. That Mimi is just so good. But again, I only have 1 security anyway, so. I decided to spin the Stingmon back. Probably should have put back, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, because I can't call which one he has in his hand. He could have another Stingmon, he could have another XVmon, it kind of doesn't matter here. I'm going to attack with Imperialdramon, going to draw a card, unsuspend, going to hit into a Davis. We're adding insult to injury at this point. He's going to get probably a +2 here. Yeah, he has a Vmon, and he has a Glare in the other ones. But it looks like he grabbed Vmon, and I want to say it was a 2-color Mega, so let's just call it Fighter Mode. And I'm saying that because it doesn't really matter. Even HPD is not good here because I don't have Davis Kin to like unsuspend and like do more, you know, WoW stuff. So I end up playing Ice Wall. I mean, if my last security is good, it might be okay. But if he has a Hammer Spark, which he probably does, I probably just definitely lose anyway. So it doesn't matter. But it's the best I got, so it is what it is. He's not raising the Vmon 2, which I find interesting. He probably, I mean, he should just have the Hammer Smart, right? Or, yeah, the fighter mode. Fighter mode. Oh, fighter mode's even better here because fighter mode just bounces my guy. He can kind of just pass turn, and I'm just definitely not coming back. Yeah. He's going to bounce that, and I think that looks like me scooping it up. Yeah, the game's just over. There's no way I'm coming back for that. So it was pretty cool to see how I kind of almost, you know, was able to really get going. But 3 Davis wasn't cutting it despite, you know, me being able to get the pluses from him while he was still progressing his turns. And it just is what it is. It'd be like that sometime. But that was a great set, and really showed the power of Mimi as well to kind of just, you know, get things going ahead of time, like, you know, of course, the green parts of the deck usually do. Alright guys, so hopefully y'all had some enjoyment out of that and learned some things, learned from a couple of my misplays in that match, and or even if you saw other plays that I definitely could have made that I should have made, even comment those down below. But ultimately, I like the application of Mimi. Mimi in that situation where I was in necessarily wouldn't have necessarily helped me more than Davis would have, but you can see Mimi's applications and how she's able to progress your turn, you know, a little earlier, similar to how, of course, green does in general. So just combining the power of blue and green together, of course, is just always very strong. And with that, I'm gonna head up out of here. Be expecting another exhibition match coming up sometime this week. But y'all know how I go. Consider subscribing to the channel if y'all enjoy the content, and be expecting, like I said, more coming from me soon. And whenever I post a video, you'll definitely get a notification on your phone that your boy has posted a new video. Other than that, y'all have a great day and or night whenever you're catching this video. And like I said, have a strong start to your week. I hope y'all got all the cards y'all needed for regionals coming up. Y'all know what it is. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. Y'all just know what it is. This is your boy S. Heading out. Peace. Warrior.